Hey, Chris Myers, Central Florida Sight Fishing Charters. And one of the casting faults I often encounter when giving lessons is people having a swinging or even a non-loop, especially on the back cast. That almost always I see this on the back cast, where instead of folks coming straight back and straight forward, straight back and straight forward, they usually pivot the elbow, come out to the side, back over the top. They swing it out to the side, and you can either do that by pivoting your arm out to the side, coming over the top, or much more commonly I see people breaking the wrist. As I'm coming back and forth, wherever that cast started, if I'm looking down at the palm of my hand, when I get done, turn my head and look, I'm looking at the palm of my hand, my fingernails. I'm not looking at the back of my thumb. So when you go out to practice, if the cast isn't working quite like you want, go out, freeze your back cast, turn around and look. Are you now looking at only your thumbnail and not your fingernails? If I do that, here's what the cast is going to look like. So here is a normal cast. It unrolls over the tip of the rod. So here's the swinging cast. And when you turn to look at your cast, which you should always be turning to look at your back cast when you're practicing, not when you're fishing, look at your back cast, see if you see that same loop size and shape that is going forward, because they should be both pretty much the same. You shouldn't have one swing back around and come over the top. So you can see how I'm twisting my wrist out, coming over the top. Again, normal cast. Everything is above the tip of the rod. There is a clear formed loop above the tip of that rod. So I'm going to come out to the side and move back a little so you can see what it looks like from a different angle. So here's the correct cast. Here's the cast that swings out. So as that cast is swinging out, as it swings out to the side, if I have any wind behind me, or just trying to get it to go through the air, is very inefficient, not aerodynamic. Any amount of wind collapses that, pushes it back towards me, and creates slack in my system. If I have slack in my system, that means I have to go farther and farther and farther forward just to get the line straightened out to make my rod begin to bend. And if I'm way out here before my line starts to straighten out, I don't have very far to go in order to make my cast. So then what am I going to do? Add some more power. More power starts overbending my rod, starts causing tailing or closed loops, gets the knot in your leaders. Make a much longer stroke, stop going up in the back, down in the front, but my hand position remains the same. Again, a simple way to check your hand position: take your perfectly straight line, aim it level, down the front, up in the back. For this drill, it really doesn't matter. I usually go slightly down in the front, slightly up in the back. Check my hand. What's not happening to me is my hand rotating. The same portion of my thumb slides up and down this rod the whole cast. If you see this, where you're 90 degrees off your straight line, then you have a big swinging loop. If you see this, you might just have a little swing in the back. But as soon as you start doing this, coming up and down that line, you'll see a significant change in your back loop, which means you're making a more efficient, more aerodynamic back loop, which will allow you to make better and better forward casts.